Order. It's October 27th, 2022 at 9 a.m. This is a meeting of the Community Development for deliberations and updates. Pledge of Allegiance. Who wants to do it? Okay.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okie dokie. My remarks should only last 45 minutes, so. Poll for conflicts of interest. Mr. Filios?
None, sir.
Okay, then I have none. So we have a signing, CUP 22-0004, INGLE and AT&T SMARTLINK.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Vlad Finkel with Kootenai County Community Development. Pursuant to the Board's direction, staff has prepared, with the assistance of our legal counsel, order of decision for your review and signing.
Motion?
Yes, please.
I will move, therefore, that we, execute the order of decision for CUP 22-0004.
I second the motion.
Commissioner Filios?
Aye.
Bill Brooks?
Aye. We're going to sign that now or later?
Yeah.
Oh, now.
There you go.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh, you already got me down. There you are, sir. Thank you. Okay. Next on the agenda, we have the deliberations for PUD 22-0001 Gozzer Ranch PUD.
Once again, for the record, Vlad Finkel with Kootenai County Community Development. This is a request to approve a final plan for the Gozzer Ranch Golf and Lake Club PUD amendment that was processed earlier this year. Commissioners, to remind you, the request consisted of two parts, one of which was to consolidate one of the lots adjoining a recreational golf course area for the spa med facility, and the second portion of the request was to add 3 additional parcels, one on the west side of the PUD as well as 2 additional parcels on the east side. The sum of the 3 parcels was going to be a total of 28 acres with some additional minor amendments that took place a couple of years ago with the administrative approval by Director Callahan. In any case, the overall PUD area would now be approximately 692 acres. The board approved the preliminary request for PUD amendment in August of this year after the reconsideration request by the opposition on the east side of Coeur d'Alene Lake. The applicant has since submitted a final plan PUD request as required pursuant to Land Use and Development Code to show compliance with the conditions of approval that were set forth in the preliminary approval for the PUD amendment. This is the final plan that will be recorded with the order of decision. The applicant has incorporated the areas, this is facing north. The applicant has incorporated the proposed area of additional acreage on the east side as well as on the west side of the PUD, and the total acreage will now be 692 acres. They have also placed the existing cumulative density chart on the face of plat, which will not change based on the original approval that took place in 2005 for the establishment of this PUD. It's only the areas that's being added, no additional density. Through the review process of the final plan application, we confirmed that the conditions of approval that were placed on the preliminary PUD amendment order have been met or will be met at the time of development. And what staff means by that is that the areas for future development will be two minor subdivisions on the east side of the PUD, which one of our planners will be processing as soon as this is approved. The improvements such as infrastructure, including roads, fire, water, and so on, will be further addressed through the subdivision process and do not require any review at this time through the PUD. In any case, based on the circumstances and the PUD approval sideboards of the preliminary request, we ask that you approve this latest final plat submittal so that they can record the final PUD plan and move forward with the development within the boundaries of the PUD.
What was the vote on the August 11th?
It was, I believe it was a split vote to approve the request. I don't have the order of decision, but I believe,
Vlad,
yes.
Pat Brayton. It was a 2-to-1 vote with Commissioners Felios and Duncan in favor, and Commissioner Brooks, voting no. And so, if we only have 2 commissioners there, we may wish to continue this to a date certain when all 3 commissioners will be there.
That would be a good idea.
Understood.
I'm fine with that.
We don't want this dying on a tie vote.
Understood.
Okay.
So we need, Pat, do we need a formal motion to continue?
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, so I will move therefore that with regard to PUD 22-0001, that we continue this meeting to a date to be determined where all 3 commissioners are present.
I second the motion.
Commissioner Filios,
Aye.
Bill Brooks,
Aye. Okay, so then we have business. ZON 21-0002, Kellner zone change, a request for reconsideration.
Commissioners, this is just informational to tell you that there has been a request, and like the reconsideration you had for Gozzer, we have to bring it in front of you. And that's it. So we'll be doing that soon.
Okay.
Okay.
If I could add one note, the applicant has expressed interest in all 3 commissioners being present as well, so we'll
We like that.
have to figure that too. Okay.
Okay.
Schedule accordingly.
Yep.
Help me out. Kellner being which one?
It is, if you recall, it was a 50-acre parcel in the ag
It's on the
zone.
screen.
It's right next to, it's hard for me to know where it is. It's pretty much,
It's the one adjacent to Gozzer Ranch.
it's right next to it. It's about 50 acres.
Oh, okay.
It's the only
okay.
ag land left.
Okay.
Yeah, if you recall that. Thanks, Ben.
Property directed to the east.
Yep, thanks, Ben. Thanks.
So Pat, what are the criteria for reconsideration?
Okay, well, I can just read you chapter and verse here. Well, in a second I'll be able to. Okay. According to section 676535 of Idaho Code, which is also referenced in our Land Use and Development Code, they can request for reconsideration on one of either or both of 2 bases. Those being failure to identify the nature of compliance or non-compliance with express approval standards, or failure to explain compliance or non-compliance with relevant decision criteria. So it's actually within those two criteria. I mean, what they could argue is fairly broad, but those are the two standards that are set forth in statute.
What was the first one again, Pat?
Oh, sorry. Failure to identify the nature of compliance or non-compliance with express approval standards. In other words, is the decision based on the express standards we have in our land use and development code.
Okay, so then it sounds to me that the decision as to whether or not to grant the reconsideration lies with you. Since it's illegal, almost sounds like a legal question.
Well, no, it lies with the county commissioners. After hearing from the applicant and affected persons and county staff, it'll be up to you to decide. I mean, I can advise you as to whether they've made argument on those criteria, but that's as far as I can go. It's still the board's decision.
It's still our decision. And we should be making that decision today, is that correct?
No, this is
No,
information.
no.
This is an FYI.
There'll be a hearing scheduled, and then once you've heard testimony, then you can deliberate and make that decision.
And you will have the written concern from the person asking for the reconsideration, and that's how you will know whether it's met the criterion you just heard.
Okay, so the next step is a public hearing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
28-day notice?
Correct.
Yeah.
I got it.
That's it. Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah.
Any public comment? Meeting adjourned at 9:22.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.